As I've already said before, I see some core values emerging in the life of Red Rock Baptist Church. Of course, we've covered the first one, which is Red Rock is becoming a mosaic church. And then, of course, the second core value that we see emerging in our church is how that we're becoming a church of grace and mercy and love that's really reaching out and touching the people that Jesus touched when we look at Luke chapter 15 verses, the entire chapter of the book of Luke talks about Jesus' concern for those who are lost and without himself. But then the third core value that I see emerging in our church is this. I see God leading this church to become a church on a mission that is becoming a church, or could I word it this way, that it is becoming a church that is a world mission strategy center. Now, some of the things that's influenced in this direction are some books that I've read over the years. It just had a profound influence on my life and has helped develop my core values, and I'm trying to lead our church to adopt some of these core values. One of the first books that had a profound influence in my life is a book by Rick Warren called The Purpose-Driven Life, and it asks a question at the very bottom of the book: what on earth am I here for? See, every last one of us in our lives have to ask this question: what on earth am I here for? And so as we begin to ponder that question, what on earth am I here for, it led me to a second book and that had a profound influence in my life and has majorly given me direction in ministry life. Is a book by Henry Blackaby called Experiencing God, Knowing and Doing the Will of God. Henry Blackaby talks in this book about how every last one of us are to be on a mission with God, that God wants us to experience Him. And then Henry was the one that wrote about how that churches are to be world mission strategy centers. That as it words it in this book that Henry also co-authored with Avery Willis, that had a profound influence on my life, that we're to be on a mission with God. And so through Rick Warren's book, The Purpose-Driven Life, and asking us, okay, what on earth are we here for? And Henry saying, look, that God wants us to experience Him and that we're to be on a mission with God, that every church is to be a world mission strategy center. It began to influence me, and in my preaching and teaching, I first came here to Red Rock, and I said, look, I came to every Sunday school teacher, and I said to the Sunday school teachers, I want to encourage you to begin to adopt some kind of mission project beyond your Sunday school classes. And so here at Red Rock, we try to encourage every Sunday school class to have some kind of mission project that looks beyond the four walls of Red Rock, looks beyond their classrooms, and adopts a mission project. I remember a Sunday school class that's really beginning to catch fire, children's Sunday school class, and they said, you know, we want to adopt a church planter up in Minnesota. And what they did is they got a little Minnesota bank, and they began taking up offerings in their Sunday school classes. They've taken it far beyond just taking up offerings in their Sunday school classes. They have bake sales and they do different things to try to raise funds. And they were able to send some funds to this church planter up in Minnesota. And they wrote some birthday cards to this church planter's kids and saying, let them know that they were praying for them. That missionary wrote me back and he said, Mark, I want you to know, in all my time of working in a church and trying to plant a church, he said, Red Rock has been the very first church to ever send cards and letters to my children trying to encourage them in ministry. And I appreciate what that Sunday school class is doing there at Red Rock. See, that's a church and it's a Sunday school class on a mission with God. I think about another Sunday school class, a couple of different Sunday school classes, and they said, we're going to adopt the food pantry. Here in Vegas, we have just extremely high unemployment still, and so there are a couple of Sunday school classes, and they recognize that probably in the area where our church is located, we're probably anywhere from 14 to 20% unemployment still in the area where our church is at. that. And so there are many people this struggling, and so they began supporting the food pantry. The lady this gave me $100 from their Sunday school class that they raised this month, and say, Pastor, put this in for the food bank to help give food to people that don't have things. And I'm watching some other things. I'm watching our church say, we want to send people to another part of the world, and so our church has chosen to send some missionaries to the country, or to the continent of Africa. We're going to go to a little country called Zambia, and we're going to begin to do some ministry work, trying to help the Zambians in planting churches and doing ministry work there. And that's what we're doing. And so what I am seeing that's just thrilling my heart is that Red Rock Baptist Church is becoming a world mission strategy center. Can we reach the entire world? No, but we can do our part as a church to be a church on a mission, to be a world mission strategy center, to touch hearts and lives in our community, in the United States, and in our world, to be a world mission strategy center, touching hearts and lives for the glory of God.